Welcome to the Dents. I am Devon D.
What's up, y'all? And I'm your girl therapist, Mickell D.
And welcome to our podcast where we deliver raw and authentic conversation that is built to inspire and support individuals in relationships. We will share our journey and insights on balancing our individuality and togetherness while providing some advice and relatable experiences to help you strengthen your bond within yourself and whoever the hell you with.
There you go. So thank y'all, everybody who joined us on last episode. Last episode, we talked about handling conflict. And if you was paying attention, we were in the midst of handling a conflict. So you got to see that side of things.
Yeah.
So don't forget, y'all, we paying attention. If y'all put that 1, did we need to dial the 9? We said dial the 9 and the 1. Did we need to dial the 1 at the end of it? But that was last week. And then this week we're going to be talking about blending families.
All right. Another tough one.
I mean, what you said in the beginning, real life situations, right?
Right. Raw and authentic. Yeah. Blending families. Whoa. Okay. Could have prepped me for this one.
Yeah, I think blended families is a good topic because you mentioned on our very first episode, you had 9 kids, and then, I came with 4. So together we jokingly say, but it's our reality. Together we got 13. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times people ask me how did that go? How does it go? How do you navigate all of those things? So I think that's that.
Yeah.
You ready?
It should be interesting. Here we go.
So the first question that I want us to talk about, the first topic I should say question, is what strategies do we have or did we develop when it came to fostering positive siblings? So like bringing the blended family together, okay. Like the brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, all of those things. Do you think that we have any strategies on that?
I mean, I try to watch how they act naturally, because kids will generally not have a problem with each other because they kids. A lot of times they can bounce off the energy of parents, even if it's the one that's there or the one that's not there. Sometimes they can bounce off that energy and they be trying to figure out how to place it, how to love someone else that's not their mother or their father. So it depends on the support around the child, if you ask me, and that's the other parent, whoever the parent that's not in the picture, letting the child know it's okay. Because I personally feel that more people to love you is a plus. You know what I mean? Like, if you got extra people that want to love on you, that's really a plus. That's not a takeaway. And sometimes I think in the child's mind, they think that if I love this person, do that mean I got to take away the love I got for this one, or to do that lessen or decrease? And it doesn't. It's just adding love. And it should be never nothing with adding love, strength, support, and things like that. So, that can get depends on the supporting parties that's involved with that.
Yeah. So like a strategy would be to kind of just tap into the other parent and get on board.
I mean, if it's possible,
right? we ain't we got you. Don't jump the gun. There's some questions about that.
If it's
so we gonna
possible. All right, I'm gonna hold it. But yeah, if it's possible,
that part.
Yeah, I'll wait to see how this goes.
Yeah, for me, strategies is those tough conversations. I know with my kiddos, I just had tough conversations. If I feel as though they're like in the beginning, especially in our dynamic, having a baby girl, that I birthed, and then having to blend it with this new baby girl in the house that calls me mom. So for me, it's just one, you taught me, let's see what happened naturally. So that was key, just seeing what happened naturally. However, with me, I'm a sharp shooter when it comes to my kids. So if I feel like they're moving a little funny, like for no reason, it's just like, let's sit down. Let's talk about this. You acting a little weird or acting a little funny. Like, is there something I should know about? So creating that space where we allow our kids to express themselves. Because I know for me, I've never had a step anything. With my kids, I was the first baby mom, child's mother, however you want to say that. So I never really had to blend, or my kids never really had to blend to step siblings and things like that. So making sure that I am creating a space where I can have an open conversation, because I mean, I live my life, so I didn't never really think to be like, oh, how would the kids feel if this, that, and the other. So I think that really, really helped, is creating that space where they were able to express their emotions and I not judge, but then also giving it to them from another perspective, a more mature perspective and stuff like that.
All right, cool. What else you got for me today?
Okay, see, it ain't bad. It ain't bad.
How we starting off, y'all? Y'all put it in the comments. Let us know what you think and what were some tips that you may have for blended families, or, for children, and strategies that you may use to kind of bring things together. Put that in the comment section. Y'all,
Yeah.
I want to hear from y'all as well.
Absolutely. So next, we're gonna get a little hotter a little bit, and we're gonna talk about the step parent role.
Okay.
So how, like, when we're thinking step parent, how do you plan to approach the role? Like, how did you plan to approach the role as far as like step parent, and then how did you plan the role? After you answer that, I want us to put the questions down and just talk about like your experience as, being
for sure.
a step parent.
So the question is, first,
How did you prepare?
how do I prepare? I've had experience being around a lot of other children, and I think it started because I'm an only child. So I've always had to be around other children and other people and try to figure out how to, blend myself. And then again in my adult years, how to figure out how to blend people into my family as well. I've whether it was one of my kids' friends, or whether it was a significant other's kids, it was I just took my time, you know what I mean, and just try to, again, see how this gonna work, you know what I mean. So that's what I do.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I'm gonna answer that, and then I kind of want us to talk about our experience as
For
step
sure.
parents. So for me, I didn't plan for it. Like I said, I never was a step anything. So for me, how I approached it and how I looked at it, like, oh, okay, he got 9 kids, but most of them are grown and most of them are girls. So in my mind,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
that part right there.
Got me thinking deeper now. Go ahead.
Listen, so I'm like, this is nothing. I work with girls. I work with young adults, little girls, glow. I could just treat them like I treat the glow girls or whatever. So for me, that's how I looked at it. That's how I thought I was going to approach it. Like, I'm me. Like, I grew up, grandma had a house full of kids. My mom had a house full of kids. So for me, it was just like, cool, I'm just going to do what they did. Like, love the people. Like, even with my cousins, they grew up as my brothers because my mom had them since they were little, and there was no difference. So for me, it was just play the part. Like, what would you do? Not leaving them out. If you did this for your kid, do this for their kid.
Right.
So that's the approach
Right.
I started off with.
Right. And I want again, I'm going to cut you off, but one other thing is every kid got a different personality.
That's on the list.
Oh yeah, so.
But we can dig in that. We don't care about that. The dance, we don't got to go in order. But let's talk about that, because it must need to be said.
Yeah, all the kids just got a different personality, and you can't approach them all the same. So again, in the preparation role, a lot of times when I say I take time, I'll take my time because I gotta watch and see, what's the approach style for this child, because they all are not the same. You can't do the same thing with everybody. They don't laugh at the same jokes. They don't again, and I know with my tribe, with you, it was hard because again, I got 7 girls, and they daddy's girls. I raised a lot of my children. I mean, pretty much all my girls, almost all my girls, myself. You know what I mean? They spent a lot of time with daddy, so I knew they was gonna be a little bit more protective and like, hold on, you want us to share love with her, you know what I mean? And that whole female girl thing and my daddy thing, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna step on the sideline, kind of see how this sizzle out, but. It was in preparation again. That's why one of the things. But you had it hard with mine.
Yeah, like it's times where I've had dates with them. Like I'm not I get it. You know, I was in my own way a daddy's girl when it's that love. So I get it. I'm not trying to take your role or anything. I can never be your dad's daughter. I am a person that's in his life that he loves. So I just want you to understand my role, and having that clear understanding, like, this just what it is. So I think that helped me prepare. Like when I did feel like an energy shift and just having those hard conversations, like, hey, I get it. I got a daddy. I got two. I had two, so I get it. But this not, I'm not trying to, overstep, and I understand you have, your time and this time and things like that. So just kind of understanding that. But it was definitely difficult for me because, again, I never been a stepmom. So I didn't have to worry about that. And then I didn't deal with men who had daughters that were like daddy's girls, except for my girl. But that's, you look different in that. So for me, I think that was part of the preparation too, having those sit down conversations with those who I believe warrant those type of conversations. So how has your role been being a step parent? Not because like you like you said, and you have 9 kids. However, you have more than 9 kids in the sense of exes who had kids and still call you pops and still want to, so it's a lot. We add all those up, that how much your phone rings. So it's just like, but then it's like legally
about
wise.
17, 18.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
Kids, yeah.
and then me having to understand that too, because I had an ex who was a part of my older 2 kids' life. He walked away, but in that event of me understanding that, how would I feel, like being understanding, like, you know what, if they look at D like a father, I'm gonna have to show grace in that area because my older 2 called my ex dad like most of their life. So just having that space. But how is it being an actual step parent now? Meaning the legal, you're married, and it's not just like,
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult. Again, like I say, I think it's a lot of high stressors that be on the children that they don't know how to manage sometimes, and can be sometimes takes time. You know what I mean? Even over the years, you may think you've formed this bond, but as they're changing, it's changing.
Yeah.
As we know with just our biological children, they be, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, they be running away. So they ain't trying to attach to the stranger. You know what I mean? I'm trying to run away from my biologicals already. So who is this nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or who is she? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, yeah, the personalities it can be, they're all different. So
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, I it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. Understanding my role. Again, I came in hard, like loving. That's all I know. Let's do this. You need your driver's license. Let's practice doing this. Let's do this. Where I'm at now, I understand. I look at myself more like a bonus mom. Like I'm here. I love y'all dad. I love you because you are a piece of your dad. But I'm here. Don't overstep. Don't have to figure it out. Don't nothing. I'm just right here, crossing my legs. Now, when it comes to my baby girl, Mary, that's different. We got full custody of her, and she calls me mom, So for her, it was some adjustment because if I'm being very transparent, my youngest was self-sufficient in the sense of I'm a busybody. So I knew, like, with them, I trained them, like, when you wake up, do this, brush your teeth, this how you make your cereal, this how you make your sandwiches, things like that. So with Mary, I had to pause and I had to relearn. Like, I gotta teach you how to read and write and say this and your body parts and all of this. I had support system. Like my mom, shout out to my mom. Like, she helped me with my kids. So she opened the daycare because I started having kids. So she taught them how to write and how to spell their name, their colors, and all of those things. I had that. So I had to learn how to slow down with Mary because she needed that, But then at the same time, it was hard because the attention I'm giving her, my kids didn't get all of that attention. So now they feeling a certain way. Like, but it's kind of what you said in the sense of, kids are different. So Mary is the girly girl. She is the lover, the this. So I can be that with her and learning to be that with her. But being very transparent, there was some resentment. And the resentment was, having to slow down and consider, and it's like, where her mom at? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta adjust, and then you watching they, and it's like, but I'm the one that gotta figure out what babysitter, hair appointments, all of these things, and it's like, I'm not gonna say I didn't sign up for that, because I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that role. I didn't know, like, when you told me that, like, you meant that. Like, no, we were dating at first, and we were together, and you like, no, her mama just dropped her off. And I'm thinking like, oh, she gonna be back next week, and it was gonna be like a 1 week on, 1 week off thing, or how I typically go. But no, she never came back. And what do? Do you embrace this little girl who need a mom, and who's looking at you for that role? And I did, because how could you not, But where we are now is easier. Is easier for me because I stopped allowing the outside noise. And when I say the outside noise, it was hard for me because it's like, she called me mom. I do all the motherly things. However, the outside, to me, in my opinion, outside of our home, was not respecting me as if I was her mom. Like, let her say to her siblings, oh, she acting different or this, then it's my dad's wife, and it's not mom. Go ahead. You
I
want something to
think
say?
because of just the history and I think that kind of played in that. Um, like I say, you can't. Well, Mary was how old?
4, 3? No, she said
So she had to be about 5.
4. She was 4.
Nope.
5.
She had to be like 5.
How old is Mary now? Look, I'm like, wait.
She
She
8.
8. Yeah, she was 5 then.
So
She
she
is
was
8.
5.
Yeah, she was 5.
So again, 3 years prior to that, you know what I'm saying, I had to raise this little girl. So it was a lot of transitioning, and there was other, in and out women in my life. So I just think they didn't know how to adjust or how long this one was gonna last. So trying to figure out like how to place you in their heads because of the randomness and just the mess created by their father. I just think it was a little difficult to figure out like, okay, can I like her and how long? Like,
Yeah, and I get it. In hindsight, I get it. This transparency is just helping someone else out there. Like, it wasn't always this. Now that's my baby. She in my will. She getting left as much as like that's my baby. But just being transparent with those women out there who may be struggling with that, and finding, and it's okay. It's okay, but speak up for that. And on the flip side, in your kids' defense, absolutely, I would have felt the same way. Like, they don't know me. I know me. They don't know me. My kids know me. They don't know me. So it is like, okay, who are you? Let me watch you. What you on? Is this, like you said, is this gonna last? Like, where we? So I get it. Absolutely, I get it. Hands down, 10 toes down. But again, it just put me in that weird space because I can't let this baby feel that. She don't got nothing to do with it because outside people have certain things and all of that. She don't, because at the end of the day, who in these 4 walls? Us and her. So it's like finding that balance where I had to literally shut off the noise and just own God put me in this baby life for a reason. I gotta own that, and I don't care how they feel. Who cares? So that's kind of where I am. But once I was able to let that go and let go of what's this, what's that, and just own my role, everything else was just smooth.
Yeah, and in this role, I think I think it's the easiest way, really, how the marriage situation is because in the flip role, um, it's still a lot of influence that don't even give me the all of the authority.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard. It can be hard. Yeah.
It can definitely be hard. Unless the next question we might as well dive into that is, how do you deal with the exes, whether that's an ex-spouse, but really ultimately the other child's biological parent?
A lot of times, again, I've been here before, so I just recognize a lot of shit. A lot of times they running off ignorance and hurt emotions. And bad emotional intelligence. You know what I mean? So all of the spazzing, who this nigga in front of my kid, all that macho, it don't even mean nothing. So after that shit wear off, and then once they, again, I get it, because again, these are your precious, these are your precious. So again, you are worried about who coming in and out and the influence that they have and what's coming along with that person. So that's all valid. You know what I mean? But I just think parents and broke up relationships just need to do a better job at coming together, saying, all right, this didn't work out, but we still got to move on because we got this attachment. Again, like I say, a lot of times when we talking about baby mamas and baby daddies out there, a lot of times people think that people are properties. That's my baby mama. You can't, like, listen, you know what I mean? Like, these people don't belong to you. You know what I mean? Like, these are people that you met along y'all journey. Y'all had some encounters, things happen. Y'all created something that, that y'all both have to nurture. You know what I mean? Like, that's really the cut and simple. The relationship didn't work. You didn't like him, didn't like you, he cheated on you, whatever that happened. But all that don't matter when you got this precious thing in the middle, and you gotta say, all right, let me put that to the side. You on your way, Y'all both got new people. Live with that. You know what I mean? And just continue to move on and just figure out the best way to co-parent the child. But a lot of people don't know how to have those conversations, running off emotions, unfinished business maybe within the relationship that they ain't ironed out. Somebody still wants some answers. You know what I'm saying? Explanation for some shit that happened 5 years ago. So, it just it can get messy. So how I deal with it again is I'm not feeding into some bullshit. First off, like, again, I'm a man of my castle. You come to my castle, you're gonna drown in my motherfucking with my alligators. But as long as everything is all love, shit, let's have a conversation. Why can't we, try support these kids with 3 parents or 4 parents or whatever the case may be. Remember, it's a village,
Right.
and that's how I grew up. I grew up where you can go to anybody's house and get your ass whooped. You know what I mean? Anybody's house and eat too. You know what I mean? So that's how I grew up. So I don't really see, a lot of the things that cats see with a lot of the, as far as like how they feel about certain things about their baby mamas or have them. I know what you got. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, or the reason I ain't there, whatever the case may be,
I get it.
we ain't together. So, we got to stop being bent up on, on this and this and that. And we got to let people live and understand that if we do got to come together by circumstance, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's how we by circumstance gotta be around each other, but let's make the best circumstance shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's make the best circumstance we can. All right. Yo, again, some people don't, because again, there's a lot of crazies out here. You don't like me disciplining, but when this little nigga act up, you better come handle that, because I ain't gonna be taking no disrespect. And then I don't want no kids. I'm gonna tell my dad. No, we ain't finna be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like I say, each kid, how I handle it is kind of, I just kind of work with each child, and just, again, even if they come in from the same parents or, the same other parent, they all probably don't think the same. So you just got to take one and say, okay, what's my relationship with this one, and what's your relationship with this one, and try to move like that. And again, we know that the other parent or the other side is having these conversations and checking up and trying to see. And so again, it's nothing. Again, I'm not gonna give you nothing to report. There's nothing to report.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He cooked for us today. You know what I'm saying? He took me to school. You know what I mean? He told me to clean my room. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be nothing to report. You know what I mean? Just because your child lives with another parent don't mean you don't have the ability to raise your child anymore. You know what I mean? I know it gets more difficult because you're not in the homes, but again, 9 times out of 10, y'all wasn't in the same home anyway. But if you were, I know it gets a little bit more difficult having to, be the telephone parent. But again, there's always workarounds, and you can make the best situation if those conversations and those people are mature enough to have that conversation. Or else it's gonna be beef. It's gonna be, animosity. It's gonna be a bunch of snarl looks and all that. You know what I mean? Like, Me again, personally, I don't got time to be sitting there thinking about another man like that
Right.
and how
Right.
much I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so a little sus to me.
That
But
part.
so I don't participate. But yeah, how you deal
Yeah.
with it? Because you got
Um.
a lot to deal with it. Now I'll be getting this wrong. 5 baby mamas, 6 baby mamas, one of the two, but it's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different personalities versus the one I got with
Yeah.
you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there's a lot of different personalities, and how you deal with that?
It is definitely, it was more of a challenge in the past again because all I know is love, meaning surround the child, love the child. Like you said, me and you are very similar where we're like, the more the merrier. It takes a village, like village. Let's all hands on deck because can't nobody take no one role away from them. For me, I deal with it in the sense of I allow you to deal with it because I've tried to have conversations with them. And for me, it's just like, I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but if you don't like Mickell, something wrong with you. Like, that's something deeper because I'm just too, like, I'm a dope bonus parent to have. Like, the connections, my heart, my pureness, all of that. So it's like, I don't got to deal with y'all. Whereas before I was trying to be the village and talk to them and all of that. But when your energy is impacting my energy and my energy's strong, but if you're turning, I don't got to deal with that. My peace is more. So for me, I don't, and it used to be difficult for me because I love you so much, and to see like I've never in my life saw. I ain't seen all of them, but I've never saw. I have deadbeats, and I've never in my life saw a father that's active have a baby mama that does something on purpose just to make it seem like she's the only parent or just make it seem like they want to have the narrative that they ain't got a shit baby daddy. Like, I've never in my life saw that. I'm like, bitch, the fuck? Take my not shit baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me this one. Like, you purposely want to, like, I've never saw that. So for me, that is what still kind of bothers me a little bit because what happens is when you're trying to be active and they do what they do and then you go like this because now I'm in your ear like fuck that, because I hate seeing you sad, like forget that, it is what it is. So when you finally like, okay, they always come back. Now you want me to do exactly what I was trying to do. So for me, I think that is the hardest part for me because I know them your kids. So you can't ever be like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that, but it just be so hard because it's like, do you want him to be active or don't you want him to be active? So I think it's more so for me an attitude from a baby mom lens who got deadbeat baby daddies and you see it. I tell you, like, I feel like I'm a single parent, like I don't like that part, and that's probably just like I'm probably bitter. Like, y'all got a good baby daddy and y'all just want that narrative. Like, I've never saw that. Not even, and what type of therapist I am. I deal with mental health issues. I've never in my life saw anything like that. I couldn't believe it. Like, look, as you can see the energy, I still like, what is wrong with you? Like I wish I had the support. Even with my ex where it used to be support, but now I don't even get it. And I'm like, it's hard being a single parent. And then I have to explain this to you, like, you are here, you're active, but you only can do so much. If you got the other one, like, that nigga ain't your daddy, and texting them that, the kid confused, like, they don't know to embrace you or whatever. So it's only so much you can do. And because my older kids call my ex-dad, I don't force that anymore. So I'm just like, it is what it is, but then that's more weight on me having to be, quote unquote, a single parent,
I let the experience with me be the father. I don't need them to call me pops and none of that. I let my experience with them show them that I was the father. So again, once they have time to reflect when they get older and this and this and that, all they gonna have to reflect on is that nigga was there.
Yeah.
So I don't never blame the child. Again, they don't even know what they feeling. So I just think about it like this, especially as an adult. How would you feel as a kid? I mean, even as an adult, if you was a kid and you be like, man, I ain't like my mom's boyfriend, but that nigga used to, shit on me, man. That nigga, wouldn't feed me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who gonna, now there's even more resentment. Like, you couldn't even be adult enough to know that I was a kid, and, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna give them that story. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna continue to do what I do for you. So again, you gonna have to realize one day, because your evidence will show, like, throughout all these years, man, that nigga ain't never. You know what I mean? So that's why I just kind of let that lead me in my journey, and even with my journey with people. I mean, again, they always come back, because again, it was never really as bad as they said it was. You know what I mean? They just try to create the narrative that it was this bad. Nah, somebody always been there for you, and it's always, you know what I'm saying? So why you trying to create this narrative? Oh, because the relationship didn't work?
Yeah.
Yeah, again, we grow apart. Again, was. You know what I'm saying? But it was. You know what I'm saying? And I is. So let it be what it was, but understand that, you know, we ain't got to be like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them have moved on, got that. Yeah, you ain't never find another me. Sorry. You know, it's only one Devon D on the G. You know
On
what
the
I'm saying?
G.
So, sorry. You know what I mean? Now you got your experience. You want to see what the other side of the fence look like. You saw it. Now you got to stay on that side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the grass wasn't that green, huh? Yeah, we got fertilizer over here. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that, you know, it's always like that. But I just let my again, the experience with me lead my parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even in my interaction with people, it's like you said, if you don't like D, you stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no bullshit.
You stupid. You stupid.
Yes.
You dumb, dead, dumb, stupid if you don't like dude.
Yep.
Because dude look out for everybody.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
That's
hey,
some real stuff.
you know, some people are stupid. So let them be.
Let them be, babe.
Let them have the helmet on and sit in the back of the bus.
Yes. Okay, so now let's transition really quickly to support system. Support system. So how do you believe we've built a support system to support us in our blended family?
Just a lot of conversations with the children. Again, kids ain't dumb as we think, and
Oh,
dumb as
yeah.
you guys think. Don't think kids
Don't,
are dumb.
no.
Don't underestimate them like that. They're very intelligent. They can put a lot of things together. Their intuition is alive and all that. So having that conversation with them and just getting their perspective, even if it's wrong, even if it's just letting them get it out, and just kind of seeing where they at, because then you can kind of know which direction to support them in. So have that open, always have that communication with the children, just to kind of get that insight, so that you can figure out, if you can, again, with the other parent, hey, that would be a blessing to you. And shout out to the people who can make it work. But, and I want y'all to put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Can you make it work with your ex, your baby daddy, or your ex-husband, or your ex-boyfriend? How's that situation? I want y'all to put that in the comment section.
I think it's possible, because shout out to my fave. Like, her and her ex-husband, they have an amazing co-parenting dynamic. Like, amazing. And it's like, you give hope to those, you know, because it'd be like, why can't we? Like, I think similar to you. Okay, we used to date. It didn't work. Oh, well, I'm not your property because we got a kid together. It didn't work. Like, you saw a conversation I had with my baby boy, like, how many times you seen this person's father? How many times? Because I don't care like that. It is what it is. We just so happens to have a child together. It didn't work. Why can't we get along for the kid? And then, especially with me as a therapist, it's like, I understand and I see it. Mind you, I'm not always in my window when it comes, because of the emotional pull when it comes to my kids, but why can't we co-parent? Like, that is a beautiful thing where two individuals could just co-parent for the sake of their kid, because it does the kid more damage. Like, even with baby girl Mary, like, me having to put my therapist hat on her with her, you know, so she won't have this trauma for not having, you know, her mom be present in her life and all those things. So it's like, why these people be bitter and all of that, it damaged the kid. And then with my kids, they're not gonna look at me like no therapist. I'm mom. So now I gotta seek outside. Or it's not because of the divorce. And I wanna say this to those individuals who have either considering a divorce or experienced a divorce. With the kids, it's never the divorce or it's never the separation. Maybe y'all didn't make it to marriage. You know, some people don't believe in that. It's never about the separation or the split. It is how the adults respond and act after or during that causes the trauma for the kids. If y'all good, they, like he said, our kids are way more smarter than y'all think. Like if y'all are acting okay and y'all getting it and y'all figuring it out, them babies not gonna hurt. Why? Because my babies know this version of their mom is the most happiest, and because I'm the most happiest, I am a better mom. So our babies just want us to be good. Long as you're good, you're going to be a better parent, period. So it's never about the separation. It's more about the people and how they act to that. But I want to answer that question. As far as support system, shout out to our moms. Like, man, like,
shout out to all the mom dukes.
shout out to all the grandmas that's really grandmas. And then, like what I said, Mary, she's such a blessing because I always wanted 5 kids. I always wanted a girly girl because my girls are sports girls. And I always wanted a mother-in-law that was like the grandmother on the other side to, like, we could have conversations about the kid. I never had that before. You know, like my kids, well, besides Zay, but we didn't get along, you know, but I never had that dynamic where I can call grandma. Like, it was always my mama. The dad's moms was never a my mom.
Oh, yeah, never in my same way.
Yeah.
It's never they moms.
Yeah.
It's always my mom.
That's so crazy, right? And then it's like with your mom, me having that conversation and having to, you know, she feeling me, I'm feeling her, where she like, I don't want to overstep, but I'm like, I need you too, though, because I'm used to my mom. So shout out to y'all, your mom and my mom, because they are such a beautiful blessing, support to the point where your mom for her vacations, like, want me to come up there and spend time with the kids while y'all can go out. Like, what? That's like in the movies. Like, who do that in real life? You know what I mean? So, and then like even my mom with Mary, teaching Mary how to write her name, say her name, spell her, like, that's so beautiful. So I just wanted to shout out to all the grandmas that's like grandmas,
Right,
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask the last question and then we'll move to our tips of the day.
Okay.
See, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Yes.
Yeah. But put it in the comment section again. Like, I like to hear from you guys out there, you know, about your tips about blending the families, some of the situations you may have been in with the other parent or the child, and, you know, how did y'all get through it? And just put some comments in there.
Yeah, because we're going to be real, y'all. Like, all that taboo, keeping it. No, let's have these real hard conversations so we can just be better citizens, you know, and just really do it. So the last question that I'm going to say is for traditions.
I got a question real quick, though. I want to ask real quick.
Oh, boy.
I do. I want to ask a question. Who's worse, baby mamas or baby daddies?
Oh. I think baby mamas.
You think ex-baby mamas is worse than ex-baby daddies?
Mm-hmm. And it's, I mean, don't judge, because, you know, my act like a little bitch. Act like a baby mama. But I would say that's so messed up because you only got one to compare it to. And it's like, you 100% in. So ratio, you know, because, you know, we talking about baby mamas and stuff like that, but not all your baby mamas, you know, are a problem. You know, one of your baby mamas, I'm like, we probably would have been cool, you know. So I think baby moms, the reason why is because society has created this thing, and I'm speaking as a baby mama. Society has created this thing that the kid belongs to the mom. So the control, the pawn, baby mamas play with their kids, treat them like pawns and all of that. So I think baby mamas and a lot of baby mamas, even like with some of your baby mamas, I'm like, like, you would think y'all was like, you know, and when I'm like,
some of them was just one night stand.
Okay, thank you, because I ain't want to say it. I wasn't going to say it. I was not going to say it.
Some of them was one night stands and they act like we was in full blown relationship.
Yes, but then when I heard the one say, like, yeah, we was just the one. Well, why you acting like y'all was in the marriage for 50,000 years?
Right.
Like, and they done said it. Because at first, I ain't gonna lie, babe, I thought you was jacking.
Nah.
When you like, oh, she was the one I stand, she was the one I stand. I really thought you was lying. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
I
I
had
ain't gonna
2 kids on one night stands, y'all. Watch you standing. Watch where you're standing.
So I think that because of the pawn, and then with you, with the pawn, looking at it like a meal ticket, you know what I'm saying? So right. I think baby mamas.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say baby daddies. I'm gonna flip it.
Why? I want to hear it.
Cause these niggas just be extra aggressive for nothing. Extra, like, now you know they can't control the baby, so they're gonna try to control the woman.
Yeah.
You better not have no nigga around my kid.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And then she'll feel obligated. A nigga even pay me. I'll put half on the rent, nigga. As long as ain't no nigga over there. You paying for slavery? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. Like, I think sometimes I think it can be them the extra ultra sensitive, extra hyper testosterone ass niggas.
Yeah.
Like, they too sensitive. You know what I'm saying? These niggas be bitch made for real. Like,
now, if you talking about the niggas that act like bitches, then I'm gonna say baby daddies.
But again, in my experience, that's where shit. I be seeing shit. These niggas is bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Extra sensitive for nothing.
Yeah, it be like that.
What the fuck you so damn sensitive for, man? She gone, nigga. You gonna got something else? Nigga, chill. Nigga, this shit wasn't brand new out the box when we got it.
Yeah.
What you on, bro?
Yeah.
Go do you. I'm doing me with your ex. Go find mine, nigga.
Yeah,
hey, what my fucking Juby say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can fuck mine. You know what I'm saying?
Let me go, bitch. You don't let that.
You can fuck
I'll
mine.
do that.
Let me know what I'm saying? You can go with mine.
Yeah.
I'm on yours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
That's a good question. I want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think? Which one is worse, the baby daddies or the baby mamas? That's a really good question, D.
What do y'all think is worse? Let us know. Now,
traditions, holidays and traditions.
Mm-hmm.
How did we blend that together? Like just the holidays and the traditions and things like that. How did we have that conversation?
Yeah, because I didn't celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Christmas. But again, I don't really, I'm new, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't kill a tradition because, hey, this guy's around. Like, nah, y'all put the tree up, do y'all thing. I just ain't putting no presents up on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't singing no carols.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me to say Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, let's have fun. Let's drink some spiked nog, whatever y'all want to do. Because again, it's all a good time and just bonding experiences anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, have them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like for me, for the traditions, like you mentioned Christmas, right when it was my birthday. My birthday in January. That's when you and I had our first little shindig. But December was the year, like the month prior. That December is when I was like, I'm done with Christmas. And it's like when we met, it was like, so you got this nigga not letting you celebrate? No. I had a conversation with my babies before. You know what I'm saying? Because Christmas is huge in my, like, growing up, that's my mom's favorite holiday. You know, that was my grandmother's favorite holiday. Christmas was big, the spirit, the energy. I love the holiday spirit.
Right.
But for me, they didn't understand, and I didn't like that. People didn't understand why. It's because I was so depressed in December because I couldn't afford it. You got to be mindful. This is around the time, this is the first Christmas without a spouse. This the first Christmas where, I said, that nigga took everything. So I had an echo in my house. Like, I ain't have furniture. I don't want to, you think I'm worried? And I was crying in the bed trying to get them a Christmas. And it's really, I would have wanted to spend my money on getting my house back together. I would have wanted to spend my money just doing other things. And it's this obligation of me just crying. And I just remember saying, this is the last year. Because I'm crying because I get them stuff all year.
And that's kind of what it was, not the only driver to me not celebrating besides the whole fairy tale. Is that these Hallmark holidays having us in the, especially in the inner city, stressing over something, and we have made it so important to the children that if they don't get it, we feel we feel bad, we feel like we the worst parents on the world. They can't go back to school unless they got something new on, and all this other stuff that the trickle down. So it made us feel obligated to have to celebrate these fake ass holidays. Yep. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna get me.
Yes.
Kids cry. I don't give a fuck.
That part. And then I gave my kids an option. I'm like, y'all want to have gifts throughout. I'm talking about, how I do my kids. We're talking trips.
Okay.
Y'all want
so
to do that?
Let's think about this. Because again, even before each other, we taking them to Disney Worlds. We going all over the world. We on airplanes. We in Miami. We going. So again, this ain't just like, they get, again, when we say they get stuff all year, and now again with us being together, it's even more. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it's supposed to be. Again, we supposed to and not feel bad about being able to do that for our children. But
A day. So y'all want these gifts all year, or you want me to save my money and get it to
Right.
you? Cause yo Christmas it be cracking.
Right.
But you ain't fit to get it all. No, because no. And I just remember that. And then for me it was just a wrap. But and then now I love it because we're in. It's the middle, right? So now it's like, okay, we can take a trip a year and we'll still do the holidays where we'll put the lights up. And then we have it now where our parents, so if it's a Christmas, they'll come here. And then that year we'll go there for Thanksgiving. So it be so like, y'all know I'm a hopeful romantic movie girl. So it's like in the movies when they come help me decorate for Christmas. And it's just this thing,
Man, we living in a Tyler Perry movie.
It's so beautiful, right? So it brought the spirit back. When I took away that false obligation to give them presents, I found my spirit again. Because it was a moment, I grew up Christmas, love it, right? But it was a moment I hated Christmas. I dreaded Christmas. I didn't like it because here we go, we got to do this. But when I took that away, when I took away the obligation of gifts, it brought that joy back again. Now we're having fun. Now we're decorating. Stuff for the Christmas tree. Me and my kids got an agreement. If y'all want the Christmas tree up, y'all gonna have to take it down because I don't like it. I don't like taking the Christmas tree down or the order. I don't like it. But other than that, it's an amazing time. So let's wrap up, babe. What is your tip of the day?
Tip of the day. My tip would be, in blending families, have a lot of conversation. Talk to each child. If there's multiple children in the mix, understand these are all different personalities. So try to get and find what your bond is with each of those new personalities. Don't overdo it. Don't try to over parent. Don't try to over authoritize and all that. Don't do that. Again, stand your ground as a parent because again, we're here to lead you into a successful life. And as a parent, I tell my kids this: my job is to take care of you, love you. Nobody said I had to like you. You know what I'm saying? I think I seen that in Fences when Denzel watched it. It made much sense. Again, I can feed you, but nobody said I had to like you. You know what I mean? So now I'm choosing to. And even the children that I'm not their biological father, and that's where we even with you and Mary was like, we just want to feel the appreciation because I don't have to do this. I didn't have to father you. I didn't have to love you. I didn't have to think about you. I didn't have to care. I didn't, you know what I mean? And whether your mom was a motivating factor at that time or not, these are still choices that I had and I didn't have to. So, for the children, if you listening, don't be afraid of some extra love. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid of some extra love and somebody just want to help and support you. I know it may be different than, your biological, and no one says you have to call people father. And again, parents, don't be hung up. They don't call me daddy. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? As long as you get respected like one, and just let your actions lead, lead, who you are. And so people, when they do think about you and they do, even the children or whatever, they do have just good memories and say, you know what? Why was I tripping? Let them put them back on themselves later. Why was I? Well, I did not like her. Man, that lady even bought me some shoes. You know what I mean? Or, man, I remember when they went out to eat, she bought me some with her kids. You know what I mean? Like, just allow that to be a reflection for them and don't add no more trauma and pain to their situation because it probably was hard enough for them splitting and seeing their parents split like that because we all had as she said, she's a hopeless romantic, but our children's have a hopeless romance in their head with their parents, and that's that their parents never leave each other's side, that they have access to them both. And in the conflicts, this is what I always say, I say, even in the conflicts, leave the children out of it because their only responsibility is to love their parents. That's their only responsibility. It's not their responsibility to try to figure out who right, who wrong, who said this, and you should like me more. Stop doing that. I did that too. Again, I tried that. That was a mistake I made before, and that's why I'm using it as my tip. But don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I like that. My tip of the day is monitor the trauma you cause. as adults, I understand how we can become triggered and go into what I call trauma world. And that's when you are triggered to the point of showing up as the age you are, the age that the trigger caused. So for us adults, if you are acting childlike, that can cause trauma on the kids. So for adults, we've all been there, all done that. By all means, Divine, my mom, my close inner circle has had to talk me out of some things. So when I say this, like you said at the tip of the day, it's only from experience. And I had to learn that my kid's job, because I used to being very transparent, I used to get so mad, like if when I'm doing all the stuff and then the kids still want to go with the dad, not with my ex, but with my older two, like this bum, you don't even like, you still want to, what? No, you taught me, like the child's primary job is to love their parents, so parents, let's put ourselves out of the way, like put yourself out the way and see how you're treating your child's person, like the mom or the dad, and put your own stuff out the way, because let's not cause trauma for the kids. They don't need to see us going back and forth. They don't need to see, us arguing with the other person. Take yourself out of it for your kids. That would be my biggest thing, is just that trauma. Monitor that trauma for your kids, because it don't have to be a traumatic experience.
Absolutely. And the trauma is real, because I got friends who are 40 something years old who still talk about how he saw his mama chop his daddy ear off with a ninja sword. And he's 40 something years old, and that has impacted him at 40 something years old, and that happened when he was a teen. So don't think that, oh, they'll forget about this. This ain't got nothing. No, this is those words, those actions, and all that energy it can cause some trauma. So, just be careful with that, and arguing around them and fighting and doing all that around them. Because again, I know we have disagreements, but let's handle that in a way where we ain't adding else.
Yeah, because if you know better, you can do better. So we're teaching y'all. It gets nowhere. It's just the energy that sucks you up. It gets nowhere, and it harm the kid. So just keep that energy away. If y'all dealing with someone who has not yet handled what they need to handle in their mind to show up the way you need them to show up for your kids. And I'm saying that very nicely, but in the Mickey way, if you fucking with a bitch or a nigga who can't get it right, that always want to bring drama and all of that and interrupt your peace, get them up out of here. Because one thing that I learned I'm a product of my product, meaning I have a therapist. And one thing my therapist taught me was, you're going to have to deal with your ex for the rest of your life. And I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. She was like, yes, you are. Think about it. When your kids are grown, they're going to have kids. Now y'all are grandparents together. Y'all going to be going to the little recitals, all of that. She was like, but what you get to do is you get to control how much space and time he takes up in your mind. So I'm going to give that. I guess that's my tip of the day. If you can't, if you're going to have to deal with them, accept that. When I accept it and let it go of that control of being irritated that I even have to talk to this person, it helped me better. But you get to control how much space they take up in your mind. You get to determine when you want to talk back to them, when any of that. So that would be my thing. I see that going off. I'm like,
let me. No, you good. You good. Yeah. And if you the other side, stop making that shit so damn stressful, man. We know you lonely, you miss him or miss her, but it's over. Okay? It's okay. It's over. Accept it. They ain't yours no more.
Message for the masses looking. So questions, y'all, make sure y'all drop questions. We answer questions live. So if you got questions, make sure you drop questions in the chat. If we don't get to them right away, we will get to them on the next episode. Speaking of that, the only question we have is, how do you keep it spicy?
Flaming hot.
Flaming hot, spicy? How do you keep the relationship spicy?
Oh, the relationship.
That's what they said, babe.
How do we keep the relationship creative? Just be creative as possible. Trying to think out the box. Again, you got to pay attention. I pay attention to a lot of things. And as they say, they say the small things. Like, we can buy gifts all day, but that ain't as special. You know what I mean? It ain't as special. So just trying to figure out how to love each other more and deeper. And that's my whole thing, is like, even when you love me, I want you to love me deeper. You know what I mean? And even if this sex was good, I want it to be deeper.
You know what I'm saying? Wait, my mama watching.
But no, I just wanted, just learn to just
No, you got me blushing. You irritated.
crazy. Made me forget my thought.
For me, how you keep it spicy?
Spicy,
Yeah, how you keep it spicy for me is just tapping into me. And when I say tapping into me, I learned that when I take that alpha hat, because I got to be therapist and boss this or whatever, how I keep it spicy is by tapping into me and just really tapping into my feminine and getting out my head and getting into my body. You know, like naturally, what do you want to do? Don't overthink it. Just do it. So I keep it spicy by making sure I'm showing up for you in a way that, not that you say, but in a way that your body is calling me or your spirit is calling me. Just making sure I pay attention to that. But the only way I can do that is if I tap into me more and slow down a little bit more. So that's how I would say keeping it spicy.
Yeah,
And then we have our little fun and stuff like that.
Turn up,
we turn up.
It's a lot of spontaneous things that may, because again, we are who we are. So,
yeah.
We just follow. We make the best decisions for us, and we just let it go. We don't even give a care. We like, nigga, we finna jump out the airplane.
Right, literally.
When today, nigga, we jumping out the airplane. We ain't gonna do this next month. No, we doing this now. We jumping out the airplane. We jump. You know what I mean? And
so that's even keeping it spicy. Just reading that. You just was having a conversation. I'm like, you ever jumped off a plane? You're like, no, I wanted to, but they weren't going to meet me on the way down or something like that. So I took you and I'm like, I jump with you. I'm going to meet you on the way down. Like, I'm going to be there.
She jumped with me.
So it's just like stuff like that.
And then metaphorically, you gain your wings on the way. So that's what we do. We jump and we gain our wings along the way. You know what I mean? Sometimes the air pushes us apart, but we always find ourselves coming back. So.
Yeah, like that last episode, y'all saw the wind was trying, baby. Trying. Woo!
Go look.
Woo! God has to say, nope, go back. So lastly, we're wrapping up upcoming events. Do you got any upcoming events?
Always market to millions. If you want to make millions in your market, make sure you tap into market2millions.com. And tap in with me. I got an event that's happening. So all the details is on the website. Market to Millions. If you want to make millions in market, that's for all my business owners, entrepreneurs, and content creators. So, tap in with me.
I love it. And for me, ladies, my Boss Fly girls, make sure you join the mailer. If you are a Boss Fly girl, if you are a woman that you're ready just to arrive. You want to get out of your own way. You want to boss up in every way. You want to elevate in every way. Then Boss Fly Girls is for you. D gonna have the link down. That's MickellD.com. Sign up for my mailer alert. And then lastly, TEDx. I am hitting the big stage, the red carpet, the red dot, So I'm excited about that in New York. I'm flying out. That is May 23rd. I will have the link if you want to come support your girl. The link will be there for you to purchase.
It's a live audience.
Yep, live audience.
So you can come on and check out and be a part of that and be a part of history in the making.
You understand me? I'm so excited for that. But that'll be there. And hotel accommodations. I have my travel expert on that. So if you need hotel accommodations, let me know. Shout out to my girl Tashima. Right. But that's it, babe.
Right. And BFG Sarah Jakes is sold out, right?
Yeah, BFG Evolution is sold out.
Sold out.
Yes,
the
sir.
Evolution is gone.
We sold out. So you
gotta stay tuned because it's gonna be some more events, coming up with that because. That's awesome. You sell out every year now.
I know, right? And they're asking me about it. They're like, remember I told you somebody like, can I just come be? I'm thinking about doing some pass. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to give like a weekend pass for BFG Evolution. For those who don't know, it is a life-changing experience. I team up with my girl Sarah. We attend her Woman Evolve event, and then I have my own workshops, just really preparing the ladies' minds, like really getting them out their own way, dealing with whatever, just whatever guards they have on, any bondage they have, teaching them how to release that. So if you're interested in that or need more information, make sure you go to MickellD.com and sign up for the mailer alert.
You want to be boss and fly.
Yes, sir.
Ain't gotta be a girl.
Yep, gotta be a girl. Look, But that's it for me. That's
What's
it.
up. No, that's it for me, man. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Again, let us leave your comments in the comment section. We want to know what you thought about this episode, about blending families. If you have been in a are in a blended family, have been in a blended family, got tips for people who are in blended families, been married a bunch of years in a blended family, leave some comments in the comment. Help us out here. You know, the world is watching. We need y'all to help us out and give us some tips and information, and so that we can, again, like I say, help somebody else out there. It's not just for us, just to read back and forth, but it's for the other people who may be scrolling past, came on the page, and may have read your comment
Right.
and got some value out of that. So do not hesitate to put your tips and comments in the comment section. We love reading that. People hit us up all the time and love reading that. So, again, as I say, it takes a whole community, right? My 2 cents plus your 2 cents. We probably can make some sense, right? So, again, thank you guys again for showing up for us. The Dents, this is our podcast. Again, this is helping you and your relationship, or you and yourself, and you and your blended family, or whoever the hell you with. Thank you again for being here, and we see y'all on the next episode.
Yes. You gotta say the world is watching.
I gotta say it.
You gotta say that.
Y'all know the world is watching. We're gonna give y'all something to see.